I explain it is like three chapters, right? The first chapter is what I call the technology executive in large corporations. That's where I was CIO in Kraft and Mondelez. And basically, what I did there is large programs of implementations of ERP solutions, establishing shared services, doing a lot of M&A across the world. I have the opportunity to work in the US and Europe and Asia Pacific. That's chapter one. Then chapter two is in between Mondelez and Pirelli, which I became more, I would say, product centric chief technology officer, right? Going from building direct to consumer experiences, getting my hands on e-commerce, and in Pirelli building a data monetization platform, right? Based on IoT signals and things that were coming from the tires that we sell for Lamborghinis and Porsche and Ferrari, all those nice cars. That's chapter number two. And I would say chapter number three is the one I'm enjoying at the moment. It's like a impact executive, if I can call it that way. Is basically the work I do for high tech, for Angeles investors, for UNICEF, in when I bring in my business executive and technology experience to really elevate others to reach their goals, elevate organizations to go an extra mile. I can the next generation of technology leaders, entrepreneurs, and investors. Those are the three chapters of my career. In all these 25 years of experiences, as you could see, very different ones, I always seen technology has been a disruptive force, right? Which are the leadership strategies to better navigate these times in where technology is redefining basically business and society. Yeah. Writing the book has been a learning experience for me because I never wrote a book. This is my first book. So that was big learning for me, the process of writing the book, the process of learning as I was writing the book. But as you said, after talking to more than 20 plus people in different fields and experiences, I would say I choose two things. If I could choose, I would choose like 10 things I learned. Right? I learned many things. But the first one is I noticed that great leaders, the ones that are doing this successfully, that are transforming their organizations with success, they really know when to ask for help and they truly understand what they know and what they do not know. The second thing is transformation is not a goal in itself. It's not that you get to a point and you check, okay, transformation is done. As you said, it's a way of behaving in an ongoing basis for organizations. And these leaders build a culture in where learning, continuously learning and pushing the limits of their organization through experimentation, through testing new technologies, new business models, new talent strategies. I did a lot of research, and there is a Harvard Business Review article that talk about companies that bring different perspectives into the decision-making process. They get 20% additional revenue coming from innovation, right? From areas that they didn't explore before, right? And there are many of those statistics. This is not the only one. I'm just mentioning one just to provide some numbers to the conversation. But I am a believer that the more perspectives you obtain as you are refining the solution to a business problem, or you actually defining a business problem, the more effective the solution will become, or the problem itself will be defined or redefined. What struck me is you look at the people I interview, they're amazing people in each of their fields, successful, and they're extremely humble, right? In terms of being curious, they know they have some answers, but they have maybe a list of questions that is larger than the list of answers that they have. And it's part of their mindset. Even if I was talking to an entrepreneur, to a VC person, to a person doing high altitude mountaineering, or talking to Maite, who is the first female Latina driver in Formula One, they all are eager to learn, are feeling that I don't know enough, but they deliver. They deliver and they are successful. And I think that was That was a learning from me as I was writing the book, and an inspiration, to be honest. Figure eight. I have a hobby which is mountaineering, and you're gonna find many stories of mountaineering in the book. I've been climbing Himalayas for many years. I've been Everest twice, never got to the top. You will find a couple of dramatic stories in the book. But figure eight is a knot we use in climbing. And if you are a sailor, also you use it as a sailor. But that knot has this characteristic that is very strong under load, but still is very easy to untie. If you are with mittens at 8,000 meters and, it's the rope is frozen, it's extremely easy to untie. So that versatility of the knot is what I'm trying to explain in regards to the leadership style that we have to actually embrace as we deal with the exponential pace of technology innovation. That ability to learn and unlearn, to adapt, to really go with the flow sometimes, and being comfortable with ambiguity. That's the analogy. And that's also the reason you find many stories about climbing, because mountains have given me many lessons about resilience, teamwork, collaboration, and many other things. So that's the reason of the name Figure Eight. I wrote this book. I think it is the start of a conversation about leadership for the future, but it's not the end, right? Things move too fast, and I'm not pretending that I have all the answers. But yes, I wanted to put this material out there and I start to build something bigger